Black Pack. Thank you so much. Sonny and the Black Pack is the music group. You're Gurudev.
Correct.
You were just asking me what? What did you ask me?
How do I address you?
Howie?
Howie?
The
Howie.
sexiest man alive. That's what you like to be called.
And my daughter, Jackie. How do I address you?
You said it right, Gurudev.
Gurudev.
Da.
Okay. And but is guru a name, or that's what you do? It's like saying Dr. Dev, right? It's like that's your practice. What is a guru?
Yeah, it's a teacher,
Teacher.
master, yeah.
Yes. And you are, I'm so excited that you're here today because I have a lot of problems. And I've been really open about it. And I think humanity has a lot of problems. And you have a lot of answers. Are you happy?
How do I look?
You're smiling. But I smile a lot and I act, and I'm productive and I go out there. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a hard time being happy.
Oh,
Are you content?
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, I can't do what I'm doing. Come on.
I think I can. I think it's easier to tell others what to do than to practice it within yourself.
You
no?
know, it's not effective, unless you are that. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't impact people. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, I
So
don't.
you are not impactful. That's why you have.
Well, I'm not as impactful as him. He has changed. I've watched you talk with some of the great leaders of business and entertainment and just huge crowds internationally who seem to take these words. And, I've struggled with mental health issues and, life throws a lot of
Challenges?
Yeah.
Challenges, yeah.
And you seem to be at peace with even a challenge.
Yeah.
What is the secret? Because I've read a lot about you, and what your secret is sometimes is, I don't want to use bad language, but is my hell sometimes. The quietness, the ability to turn in is exactly the opposite of how I personally cope. I'm not here to teach you. I want you to teach me. I want at the end of this podcast to feel better. How can you do that? Can you help me?
But don't you feel that when you go to sleep? Every night you hit the pillow and that's it, you're gone for 6 hours, 8 hours.
Yeah.
And you know nothing, you're cut off from everything, right?
Right. So that's my escape.
And that same way you can do it consciously, and that's what I call it meditation. For a moment, you just erase all that you have. You have a delete button in your computer. Just don't forget to press it.
You can press delete mindfully yourself.
Correct.
So my coping skill has been distraction and noise, and I find that if I am consciously quiet and then the noise that I do hear, that when you
Look,
go ahead.
Two things. Well, one is if you're constantly with it, you get so used to it, it doesn't bother you anymore. If you are in a constant problem, it's no longer a problem. It doesn't bother you anymore. Everything bothers when it's very new, right? When you're not used to it, either you get used to it and it stops bothering you, or you learn how to shut
Cope.
off. And
Shut
get
it off or
from
cope?
that. Yeah.
Shut it off or cope?
It means more or less the same. Cope with it or shut off with it.
Here's what I don't understand, and maybe you could. So what is the one lesson that you have? Is there? Can you?
Now, how do you tell me, why should there be only one lesson in life? Why should there not be 10 lessons?
Okay, what are the top 10 lessons?
We have this tendency to narrow down everything. What is the one thing you need to remember? What is the one thing you should not forget? That is limiting our life, isn't it? Life has multiple dimensions and it has so many things. And we enjoy them all, and the challenges are many too.
Okay, but in my analogy is, what is the first step to those many steps that we have to take?
Yeah. First, stop denying that you have a problem. Usually people
I'm the
have
king
a,
of not denying I have a problem.
when people have problem, the first thing is they continue denying that. They don't recognize they have a challenge, they have a problem.
I
This
disagree
is
with
one
you,
of the
though.
biggest mental health issues today in the world.
I disagree with you in the sense that I'll give you another example, and it's not my problem right now. But if you deal with the loss of a loved one or a parent or something like that, there are people that don't deny that they are so deeply hurt by this loss. They're not denying it, that they can't function because they're dealing with that. So I think people.
And sometimes they deny that they can't function it. They continue functioning through all that grief. So, first step is to recognize there is a problem. Second step is have the confidence you can get over it, you can run through it, and you can come out of it. Because in life you have had many such incidences before. It's not the first time that you are facing a challenge, isn't it?
You're right.
Yeah.
Life is a challenge. Getting
Life
up is a challenge.
Yeah.
But you seem so calm and so. Go ahead.
So I have a question, because when it comes to my own issues that I deal with and struggle with, primarily social anxiety, I've recognized that I have a problem, and there's two different avenues that I've been told to take. One of them is try to find a way, like go and work through it and find a way to cope so that it doesn't bother you anymore. Or why are you so bothered that you have this social anxiety? Why are you putting yourself in those situations? Why not just accept that you feel better not putting yourself in those situations and don't try to be social? Which you think you should face it head on and try to get over it? Or do you think you should just be content with whatever your makeup is, whatever your brain is telling you to do?
The thing is, we know very little about our mind. Our emotions are linked to our breath. Through breath, you can manipulate your emotion.
Just
if
through
you are
your
in
breath.
the theatrical school or college, they'll tell you how to breathe differently when you want to exhibit different emotions. Correct?
Yes.
You have to get anger, then you can't have a soft breath, then you have to breathe faster and show your anger. Similarly, when you are in a romantic scene, you can't keep breathing different. There is a different pattern of breath for all different moods of mind. So with the help of the breath, you can easily get over the anxiety, calm your mind, and get to that center, which you always love to be in.
So the one answer, it's almost like you're answering my question. The key is in breath.
Yeah, we need to understand our breath in order to understand our emotions. Yeah. Have a control, say, over our emotions.
What came first, the emotion or the breath? Is the breath causing the emotion?
No, they are together. They go together.
But then, if you're consciously,
If there is no breath, can't be any emotion.
there's no breath, you're dead, right? But if somebody wanted, you also have I know you studied science also.
Correct.
So it's not just spirituality or meditation. You understand the biological.
Correct.
When you were studying science, were you for the purpose that you are using it now, or did you were you going after another path? Were you looking for?
No, from the school, college, I studied science. Yeah, this was along with that. Yeah.
Did you always want to aspire to be doing what you are doing right now?
I had the vision that yes, I'll be doing what I'm doing now. Yeah, from my very childhood days.
So you didn't answer my question. Are you happy?
Yeah, he said, yeah.
Yeah.
You said, do I look happy? He answered a question with a question.
And then
So
he said
I
he
took
can't
that to
do
mean
what
that
he's
you're
doing.
Jewish because you answered a question with a question. Are you religious? Here's an exciting thing. This is a great new sponsor for us, Masterclass. And the reason I love Masterclass is because, say you're struggling for a gift idea. And what is a gift about? You want to give somebody something they want. What about giving somebody something they want to be or something they want to be better at? Like, what if you wanted to do stand-up comedy? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine you're sitting there listening to Judd Apatow telling you how to put together a set? What about if you want to do improv and it's Amy Poehler, or you want to be a cook and it's a great chef, or something in science or something? It's endless. That's why I think Masterclass is a great gift. And you could watch them and take a lesson anywhere, like from your phone or from your laptop at any time at your convenience. This will enhance your life. This is the best gift. And you know what? Viewers and listeners of Howie Mandel Does Stuff get a deal. And who better to give you a deal than Howie Mandel? And all you have to do is go to masterclass.com/Howie. That's masterclass.com/Howie for up to 50% off. That is masterclass.com/Howie. Go do it. Are you religious?
Personally, yes, I am. I follow the Hindu tradition, religion.
Mm-hmm.
But what I teach is not just religion. No, it's beyond religion. It's spirituality, yes.
I feel that now more than ever in our world, we need this more now than we ever did. There seems to be a darkness and a divide and conflict, like personally and amongst groups and religions and countries and factions, like there has never been before.
I totally agree with you. That's right.
Why do you think that is?
You see, conflicts have always been there, but today with all the media and so much of communication and social medias and all, it appears to be much more heightened. The conflicts are heightened much more than it used to be before.
Because we have access to more
Information of what's happening.
and then
everywhere.
how we digest that
How
information.
we digest, right.
So what would, again, and maybe there's 11 different ways to do this, what would you say to people about should we be off of social media? Or
No. That's not the answer. What is needed is to learn to manage our own emotions, not to be impulsive, and learn about our own mind, our own emotions, and be centered. See, religion definitely divides people,
Yes.
but spirituality unites.
What's the difference between religion and spirituality?
The banana peel and the banana.
I was going to say that. I don't understand the answer, but go ahead. What would explain to me?
Religion is just the outer things. You're born into some family, your name is according to some religion, and your burial, your wedding, all that events happen
That's the
through
peel.
religion, right? But spirituality is how you see life and how you connect with people, and your awareness, your happiness, your joy, your attitude to serve, the love and compassion that you have. All this is part of spirituality.
A lot of religion or factions, whether they're political or countries, and social media, preys on fear, and they are set up specifically to move you, and the way to move you is you being afraid not to. And even in a religion, if you don't follow these rules or these traditions, something
Correct.
eternally bad will happen to you.
You'll go to hell.
Yes.
That's where spirituality doesn't subscribe to these ideas. It just make you realize you are the light, you have the energy, you are love, you are compassion, and you're part of the universal consciousness.
what can we do to rectify that individually and even globally? I mean, you are out there trying to spread the word, but
First is build bridges between the communities, faiths, and people. Second is give them an experience of inner peace. Inner peace is essential for outer peace, global peace. You see?
But I'm being honest with you. I never feel like inner peace. I have, I don't. And so that's why, number one, I feel that you're really interesting.
No, how do you do? Nobody can say I've never felt inner peace.
Well, you told me when I go to sleep for 6 hours, then I have inner peace.
Also, when you listen to music, something you love so much, and when you're with your daughter, when you love your daughter so much, and there is certain amount of peace that you get, certain amount of.
I do not provide peace.
But sometimes you leave and then there's peace and quiet. So why do I feel peace? Because
you have the answer there.
I do. I'm a comedian. That's what I'll be here all week. But do you feel you must feel you seem, even being around you, and I don't know that people are getting this, listening to it or watching this at this moment, but you have this, and I'm probably using the wrong word, this Zen kind of, I actually feel comfortable having you here. You have, and I guess when you're around somebody who's nervous and up and angry, that makes you angry, because I think that our emotions are somewhat magnetic and affect others. Is that true?
You're definitely
absolutely.
a vibe.
Absolutely. See, we are all vibrations,
Yeah.
As a student of physics, one would know that we are all just vibrations. And the more positive and centered we are, that type of vibration we emit. And that's very infectious. It catches, you see.
Is this something that you've learned throughout the years? Like, did you ever go through a time when you had a lot of turmoil in your life, or you did not have inner peace and you had to learn and teach yourself how to find?
No. That's one thing that has never happened to me. There was no such big disappointment, love. Usually people go into spiritual path, or when they have problem with the relationship, or they lost a job or something like that. None of that for me.
None of that has ever happened to you?
None
You're
of
human.
that ever.
So that's why he's so zen.
Well, how is that possible? You have family members. Somebody you love never got sick or left or died.
Howie Mandel here. If you love your dogs like I do, then you know that watching them age and lose mobility is painful. Well, fear not, because Dog Cloud is the ultimate home therapy system that provides soothing massages to help our furry friends. The Cloud Sense technology detects your dog and delivers fully automatic massages to enhance your dog's life. Head over to dogcloudbeds.com and use the code Howie for free shipping plus a 3-year warranty. Rough.
Somebody you love never got sick or left or died?
Well, this is not the only life that we are in. We have been here many times. This memory of many times being here, makes you very
So you believe that this plane of existence, you believe in the afterlife or reincarnation?
Yeah, we do reincarnate. Our mind is, our spirit is nothing but energy. And energy can never be destroyed or created.
I believe in that.
Yeah.
Are you conscious?
Sonny has a question.
Go ahead,
You
Sonny.
can't hear
Okay,
curious.
Sonny. Oh, he can't hear it either. But Sonny wants to ask you something. Put on your. Hello.
Hi.
Wait, let him put on his his headset.
Gurudev, you're talking a lot about your journey and how you've always been this way. Was there an age that you started to take this journey on? It seems, it had to start somewhere and begin somewhere for you. Where was that and when?
Oh, yeah. This was in 1981. That's when I thought, there's something I have to share with everybody. And I didn't know what was that something.
How old were you
And then I took a 10 days of silence. I said, before that also I was teaching meditation, yoga, but I was not satisfied with what I was doing. But then I said, no, there's something more that I need to bring to people, and I see so much suffering around. And then after 10 days, then I started teaching, and I started learning myself too, what I was teaching.
10 days of silence?
Yeah.
Total silence. Are you alone, or are the people there with you?
No, I was by myself. 10 days of silence I took.
When you take 10 days of silence, where are you? Are you in a field? I don't know where or are you in a...
I was in a small place, a room on bank of a river there in India, in south of India, Tunga River, Bhadra River.
My ex's father, who was a Buddhist, used to go on silent retreats, and it was for over a week. And so he would do the same thing, and then he thought it was super helpful for him.
Silence, you kind of promote silence as something...
It's an experience everyone should have. The silence is the mother of all creativity. It's so much fun. You know, usually in the mourning place when someone has died, it's an expression of respect for someone who has passed on to the other side. You stand up and observe 1 minute of silence or something like that. But there is a silence which is so joyful, which is different type of silence, which takes you to another dimension deep within.
At the end of 10 days of silence, what's the first thing you listen to, or what's the first thing you say? You put on a radio? Like, what do you do?
Yeah. You know, then I started teaching. There was a few doctors in the town, about 8 of them, and then another 30 other engineers and other students joined together. Then I started my first program with them at that time. Then they all felt so great, so wonderful. Then it just started rolling. 43 years now doing this.
How do you take silent retreats still?
I do.
What's the longest you've been silent for?
No, actually, I don't need any more silence retreats, but I do conduct silence retreats where 5 days, 7 days, like that, 10 days.
I want to invite you back on another episode that we're going to do just a silent episode with you. Is that a good idea?
You asked for it.
And this is beautiful. That was beautiful. That was, because especially for the people who aren't watching on YouTube, just a moment of silence. It just brings. It was spiritual.
It's so funny for me to hear this advice given to you, who like cannot sit for a second with silence.
I can't. And the truth of the matter is, as we were talking before, I will work and force myself to stay as active as possible until I can't stand up. I will not even lie in bed, saying if I go to bed, I have to be so exhausted that I will fall asleep. I can't lie. I can't be with myself. So
listen, Howdy, you can't say I can't this, I can't do. You can. If you can talk, you can be so dynamic, you can be quiet also. You have all these abilities. Sometimes we put a limitation to ourselves. We have this capacity to do everything.
So I have this limitation that I'm building myself, that I'm having...
That you can't be silent.
Well, because I'm afraid. What? What happened? I'm afraid.
What's happening now?
I'm waiting for some...
Quiet.
Yeah.
Every time we wait for something, we are silent.
Right?
Yeah. And then the moment you are saying, you are in a state of, wow, there is silence. You are enjoying beauty. You are watching sunset. Your mind goes blank. Correct? So it's sort of woven in our lifestyle.
Are you married?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm married to my work.
So you're not married. So that's why you understand silence.
Silence is golden, and I have not experienced that for the last 10 years.
So what I'm saying, but
because my daughter's 10 years old.
But you're human, and you have. What was your relationship with your parents and siblings?
Very good, very good, very great. Great relationship.
Are they alive in this realm right now?
No, my parents have gone. My sister is still here. Yeah, my sister she is younger to me.
Was that not painful, losing them even though you believe, and I believe too, that there is still some existence? Was that not painful to experience?
No, it was. I wouldn't say it was pleasurable, but it was not something that caused a huge trauma in me, or I kept crying for them. No.
Well, I don't know, and
But when I was young, when I was 7, 8 year old, I was very attached to my grandmother, and the very thought of losing her, I first one day discovered that when people get aged and they die, after that they die, and she was the oldest in my family, and then I thought, well, if she goes, how will I be able to handle her? Handle this
Right.
feeling, emotions. So I would sit I would pretend as though I'm sleeping, and I would sleep next to her, and when she's sleeping, she would snore quite a bit. And when she stopped snoring, I had a fear that maybe she passed away. So when she does, I always get this. I had to shake her and ask her to breathe. So I spent many such nights, But when she passed, I suddenly felt, that fear is gone.
Okay. So then this leads to the question that I was asking. So you do understand. So I have children. And when you have children, you kind of have that same kind of feeling that you had for your grandmother.
Correct.
And there is an overwhelming fear that you, number one, never want to lose a child. And number two, which is probably number one, because you don't want them to suffer in any way. You don't want them to feel pain in any way. You don't want to feel, and inevitably, the more people you have in your family, and I don't know how you lost your parents or how your grandmother passed, but even more than losing her, if she would end up with like cancer or something and she was suffering, that would be hard to watch and to be a party to. And we all are. It's part of the human experience.
Correct.
Go ahead.
When you are centered, when you're in wisdom, knowledge, it's not just one person. Anyone has suffering and pain, and it just affects you. It touches you. And that's where, instead of sitting and brooding over it and worrying about how you feel, how you're not feeling, feelings keep changing. You just plunge into action. You do what you can to help them out. When there's so many children who are suffering, who are in the war zones, we just go there and do what we can to help them out. One is the physical, biological connection, but when your consciousness expands, then you feel that biological connection, the same feeling, sensation with everybody around you.
When somebody like your grandmother passes, do you feel like you still communicate with her? Or you have the ability to?
I have moved on from that. This is when I was just 7-year-old boy. So,
but because you believe in reincarnation and the existence, what are you? Where is that energy now?
That energy is there all the time. It's in that atmosphere.
So does empathy take on a different meaning for you? Because for me, when I think of empathy, like I see someone who is suffering and I take on that pain. I feel that pain. You're saying that you don't necessarily have that same reaction to someone who might be suffering. You just want to go help. It's not like you take on that pain. So does empathy have a different meaning for you?
Empathy is there 100%, but it doesn't really rattle you. It's like a doctor, you go to treat a patient, but doctors don't get sick. No, they don't catch the virus themselves, and they take care of themselves so that they don't get contact the disease, but they do. They stay amidst them and do work among the patients, right? It's an example of that sort. When you are centered, when you are your awareness, your attention is much larger, then you do feel the pain of anybody, even someone who is related to you or not related to you, known to you, non-known to you. You feel connected. You feel that connectivity. And so you don't react, but you act.
Where do you find the most joy in your existence?
Finding joy. I am joy.
You just are joy.
I am joy.
But you don't find that life is there, we gravitate towards something that just, like you said, if I'm sitting and listening to Sonny and the Black Pack, the music, I know that I'm surrounded when I can kind of sink into the music.
How do you know you can find joy wherever you want to? You can listen to your music. If you put your 100% attention, you are eating a pancake, and you will love that, doing. As a child, you have done it. It's nothing new. It's nothing some great, You give a toffee to a child, and it's so, he enjoys that, he or she immersed in it, right? So we all have this capacity to enjoy anything 100%, provided our mind is right here, free from the memories of past and fear of future.
So it's about living in the now.
Correct.
That's what I try to do, because my natural sentiment is fear. And I think that's what social anxiety is, discomfort and fear. But if I live in the now, like right now, talking to you is incredibly joyful, because you're making me feel really comfortable. And I don't know if it's only what you're saying, but it's how you say it. You have a very peaceful kind of delivery, which is like listening to,
As I said, we all emit vibrations. It's just the vibration that if the prana is at the chi is high, we are in the present moment.
Have you ever yelled at anybody?
Howie Mandel here. Focusing on your well-being doesn't mean you need to jump into tubs of ice water, drink weird green liquids, or downward dog with goats. Instead, reach for Ryde, because they make well-being easy. Whether it's Energize to help you kickstart your day, focus for those mid-afternoon slumps, or relax to help you unwind when you finally have a second to yourself. Order Ryde on Amazon and take your best shot at today.
Have you ever yelled at anybody?
I would have held, about 4 or 5 times. I can count on my fingers, yeah.
To the same person?
No, not to the same person.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't been married.
There she got that.
Have you not got married because of your religion or because of your beliefs, or you just haven't met the right person yet?
Well, I've met too many right persons. Like, let me say like that.
Oh, so you're Mormon. Have you ever been close to marriage?
No.
Is it not something you believe in?
No, something which I never put my attention or wanted to do. I'm just doing what I really need to do.
So what you're telling me is that you, for the most part, as a human being, feel fulfilled. And I think that's the key. I think that all of us in life are looking for fulfillment. And whether that fulfillment, like people come up to me because I'm a comedian, and other comedians will come up and say, what is your advice on being successful? Well, what is your interpretation of successful? Is it
a smile that never fades away?
I love that. Do you sell merchandise?
Huh?
You should sell T-shirts. No, but I'm just saying that's kind
I
of
leave it to others to do. Take care of that.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, it is the thing that makes you happy in the moment, and I think that most of our culture and everybody's culture doesn't know we don't know what's going to make us happy. We think, oh, if you become rich, you're going to be happy. If you become famous, you're going to be happy. If you marry a beautiful woman, you're going to be happy. If a lot of people know your name and you're famous, you're going to be happy. I don't think anything that I mentioned is the answer to happiness. Your happiness has to come from within.
Happiness is what your true nature is. That's what I've been telling the whole time.
You think when
Everywhere I go, Happiness is your nature. That's what you are made up of. Your spirit is made up of joy. Every child has come into this planet, has come here as a bundle of joy. Right?
And then what happens?
Then we want this, see, there are two things we try to find happiness. One is when we get things happen, we become happy. On a birthday, you give a gift, you get a gift, you feel happy. And look at the eyes of the kids, on the Christmas when they're opening their gifts, and then, wow, there's a sparkle in them. The happiness in getting is an infant happiness that we all born with. Everybody gets that thing. But there is a greater happiness in giving. The happiness of giving is that of your grandmother's happiness. When you go home for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, she makes many different dishes. She makes the cookies. She makes, her joy is in not eating it by herself, but to feeding you, right?
Right.
Your mother always enjoyed giving you something. So we need to somewhere mature in our life from the infant happiness to the more
Mature happiness.
mature happiness, the happiness in giving.
So you think we're innately born happy, and then we learn dissatisfied?
Correct.
Yes.
We get into the swirl of illusion, then we get lost only to find ourselves back.
Do you think it's because society has the wrong lessons, teaching the wrong lessons to...
No, I wouldn't blame the society or surroundings or your parents or nothing for it. And that's how it is. In life, it is like this, You grow from one state to another state, and all this contrast makes life more rich, right?
But before you see the contrast, when you were first birthed and you come into, you're right, a baby is just sitting there. I mean, they make a noise if they're hungry, which sounds like crying, but I think that's just a signal. But you think that their state, right? Our state at birth is happiness or
Yes.
contentment.
Yes.
And then, so what is it that what are we doing wrong? Because I think even as a little boy, my biggest emotion in memory is fear.
See, fear, love, and hatred, they form a triangle.
Fear
Love and
hatred. Okay.
Because of love, you have fear.
Right. You're afraid you're going to lose the love.
Yes.
Okay.
And lack of these two, you will get into hatred. People who hate have no fear, nor they have love. So it's one energy which becomes love, fear, and hatred.
Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
So when you have intense love for something, there is no fear, I tell you. And
But here's where I'm gonna. But intense love, the greatest love that I can replicate is the love that I have for my children. That is the biggest joy, the most important thing. I don't put anything, but it's also my greatest fear.
Correct.
Is that something
Correct.
could
The
happen?
same energy turns around and becomes fear.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're saying if you have that love, then you don't have the fear.
At that
No.
moment.
No.
Love, if you have that love, that's what creates the fear. If you don't have either of those things, then you have hatred. Right?
Correct. It's one energy which
What are you laughing at?
I know. I understand. I got it.
Starting to get a little hatred here.
here,
I love her, but right now I'm a little bit of hatred.
No, Dad.
No, I'm just scared that you're smarter than I
No,
am.
you're just fearful that I am smarter than you. You don't get
See what
it.
you missed out on? See what you missed out on, Guru? They could have had.
it's an interesting conversation, very little truth in it.
Oh.
You calling my daughter a liar? Are you There's very little truth in it. I love this. You're a very funny man too. What do you do in your spare time? How do you entertain yourself? Music. I know you like music.
All that I'm doing is only on my spare time. Everything I do is like a hobby for me.
I think the overall lesson here is maybe we should reconsider getting married and having kids.
Is that the point?
I think this may be the point of the whole,
Oh my
the
God.
whole thing.
Every married.
Maybe marriage and children are not
not the
all-
answer.
No, not if you want to be blissful and have a lot of spare time.
Get rid of your apps. Are you online a lot? Do you have a cell phone? Do you have a?
Oh, yeah.
And are you on any of the?
Instagram. I am on Twitter.
And you post yourself?
I post Twitter sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Facebook.
X now.
Yeah. X now. Yeah.
What?
Didn't we do it?
Oh.
Oh.
I just got this.
Howie Mandel here. Has it ever occurred to you that you sit on your sofa every day, but you've never washed it? You know, I've thought about this a lot, America. Anabei has designed the most affordable machine washable sofa on the market. Anabei sofas are modular, super comfortable, and the entire thing can go on your washing machine. And I mean the entire thing. Don't miss out on up to 60% off at anabei.com. Plus, get free shipping and free returns when you buy now.
You're on YouTube too, right?
Yes.
From YouTube. Oh, I just hit 100,000.
Silence.
Impressive.
Silence is golden.
Very good.
How many do you have on YouTube? How many subscribers?
I don't know actually.
I'll look.
Go look. I just hit 100,000. I have 100,000 subscribers on the shorts. But
YouTube maybe. I guess about 7.4 million, 7.5 million, something like that.
I'll handle it.
Right?
Just breathe. I'm gonna breathe. I'm gonna breathe. No fear. Happiness for you. I got 100,000. You have 7.5 million. It's just that. But that is amazing. But that kind of shows you.
7.48.
I know.
Okay.
I know. He told us.
Oh,
He told
I
us.
was busy looking.
I think the key is to be in the now. You have to
No,
listen.
I was tuning out
No,
the noise.
No, you weren't.
I was tuning
No, you
out the
weren't.
noise.
No, you weren't.
I was, and I was
No, you
sitting
weren't
in my
listening. Our
silence.
guest was talking, and you were not listening.
I was sitting in my
She
silence.
was doing exactly what she need to be doing.
Yeah. Maybe
fine.
he's the reason I have anxiety.
Oh, you're the
he's-
reason I have anxiety.
and he's-
Breathe. Breathe
listen,
through this.
He's doing exactly what he's to be doing.
What am I doing?
Yelling.
That's what we need to be aware. That's what I tell. Let's be aware what we are doing, Half the time we are not.
What do I need to be doing? What am I supposed to be doing? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. It just happens.
Yeah.
I let it happen.
That's it.
I have never planned. I didn't think I was going to be in this business. I didn't think I was going to have a podcast. I never dreamed I'd meet somebody like you. And I'm telling you that the fact that I've met you, you are, and I'm not trying to be funny or anything, you're making a difference in my life. You really are. These words are, even though I'm goofing around a little bit, but you really, truly are making a difference in how I maybe think of things. The truth of the matter is that our job, this is what I believe, our mission from the day we're born is this is my mission, to live a very good life.
Full life.
Full?
Mm-hmm.
Which has nothing to do with length.
Yeah.
Whereas not only, and less importantly, that you feel content with how you're living, but hopefully you make a positive difference on others that you come in contact with or hear you.
No, listen, why should we give so much importance? I, what do I feel? How do I feel now? Who cares how you feel? Your feelings change all the time. You feel good about something, a little later you feel bad about the same thing.
Because
And when your feelings are so changing, and why do we have to base our life on our feelings? We have to see beyond our feelings. That's where your real spirit is, where you are so beautiful. You have so much energy, you have so much love, there's so much compassion. You're all that's positive inside of you.
But I feel that sometimes the way we feel or recognition of how we feel?
Oh, all these things, we feel many
saying
things
stupid
in
things.
our life. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you don't find it affects our productivity as far as, and I'm not talking about productivity and making money, in being able to care for my child, in being able to be there and listen
That's
because
your nature. It's not just a feeling that you feel for the children, whether you feel or not. There is something which is beyond the feeling that's in your very being.
See, told you.
Do you feel free?
No, I feel, but maybe I'm more, you know what you're teaching me? I'm too aware, too self-aware instead of just being aware. I have to drop the self. Is that true?
That was deep.
Just
Dad.
be at easy. Take it easy. Why do you have to do
I
that?
can't. I'm trying to. That's your.
You make everyone make things lighter and easier. Supposed, I think. That's what
You're
I
giving a
about, yeah.
philosophy that we had another guru say. I don't think he's a guru. The guy that says, "Don't worry." Do you have that? If you don't, you don't.
Oh,
This
we
guy
have
sent.
just breathe. We have the guy that breathes too.
We had, you are the real thing. We play these videos that we have listeners bring in about feeling better. And this is this one guy that has this in. You don't have that one? Or we had 3 people send in because we knew that you were coming. Do we have this one?
How they feel, but how
We
they
have it, but the mouse is dead.
The mouse died. But don't worry.
Oh, doesn't matter.
doesn't
What does
matter.
that even mean, the mouse is dead? That you can't click on it?
Like the. Oh, it's working.
How many times have I told you?
That's it. That's
What?
it.
What?
You can shout in a minute. There's nothing wrong to get upset, but be able to smile immediately.
That's the beauty of
That's
dealing with
the
Kyle.
beauty.
I told you get a new mouse.
And see, you are right there.
So, you
Okay.
have it? Listen to this guy. Tell me if you think this is a good philosophy. This is your philosophy that you just gave me. This is one of our listeners. Listen to this.
Are you worried? Don't worry.
That's it. What'd you think?
Well, people can give all sorts of advices.
He sent that to us thinking that was good. But you just said that. But you just said it more eloquently. You said it more beautifully. And I take it more from you. But you're saying just don't. Just don't worry about it. Don't think about what your...
Talking about your feelings. Your feelings change. Your emotions change.
Right. So
Yeah.
don't harp on that and let it stop you from being who you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Do you think you've solved my problems today?
Do you have a problem?
You're the expert.
No, I don't see any problem there with you.
Fantastic.
Do you want to call his wife and ask her?
Oh, no, don't. That's her mother. Her mother. I've been married for 43 years. 44 years. Is that good?
That's good.
It's not anything
that's,
you would have
that's
done.
that's the same time that I started the art of living.
Yeah,
I've
you
been
went-
teaching 43 years now already.
Yeah, you went into 10 days of silence. I
Correct.
said I do. And I've been married ever since.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good though. I love having a life partner. Do you ever get lonely?
No, if I had, I would have gotten married already.
Well, you don't have to be married to not be lonely. I'm saying, what do you do for social, what do you do in your life like that when you're not teaching or speaking or doing podcasts?
Well, I don't consider teaching as a profession. I think just it's my life. I just travel around the globe and I'm there available for people for what they are,
What's your favorite kind of music?
I do love music. I love music, and every day, wherever I am, half an hour we spend listening to music,
What do you listen to?
singing to music.
You sing.
Kendrick or Drake?
Yeah, we
Ask him.
sing.
Do you like Kendrick or Drake? Whose side are you on?
No, usually the Indian music, the
Oh,
bhajans and the kirtans. I listen to kirtans every day.
Do you?
And music
do you
is part of me. There is an ancient instrument called veena. I don't know whether you know about it. It's sitar. You have
The
heard about
sitar.
I know sitar.
You know, I
It's
went to
From the
an
Beatles.
ancient form of sitar, the mother of sitar, you can call it.
Do you know what
Who
that is,
was
Sonny?
it that went and was it? It was George, right? Was it George? that
Yeah, we went to see him in concert with Ravi Shankar.
Yeah, correct. That similar to sitar. It's the mother of sitar, much ancient. And I play on that.
You can play it?
Occasion- Yeah. I
Do you play
that.
guitar?
Not guitar, not so.
Do you play ukulele?
No, I play veena. That's called veena.
No, I know, but do you play anything else? You play piano?
Piano a little bit sometimes.
Want to jam with the band?
No.
No. It's fair.
Okay.
They don't want to. He doesn't want to jam with you,
Are you
Sonny.
sure? We've seen you do a lot of very interesting improvised free jams. And I wanted to at one point, would love to have you come down and just sit and do a free improvised jam. No music, nothing that is formed, just whatever you create on the spot.
Okay.
And it would be my honor if we could do that. with
I'm
you.
just coming there then.
Okay, go ahead. You want to go play?
Would this be okay for you? On this piano here? Yes. Be very free and just like you. All right.
That was great. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. That was amazing. What, oh, you sign it? Sign it? Oh, you don't sign it?